Hey, it's Monster, one half of your dynamic hosting duo of the Nerdy Man Room Show. Proudly bringing you another Man Room Short. Enjoy, and as always, please remember, viewer discretion is advised.
Let's talk about our second topic for the night because we are getting a little closer on time. But the other thing we wanted to talk about was because we were having a little bit of a debate on how would you really pick who this is, but who was the true chosen one of the Skywalkers, right? Who is the true chosen one of all those trilogies? Who's the one who brought the balance back to the Force? And since Rob is the expert, I'm gonna shoot it to him first to hear his opinion before I give mine because I might have to steal his.
Well, I kind of wanted to bring this up. I'm glad you kind of throwed it to me. I guess first, one thing I did want to look up right before we started. We've heard about the chosen one over and over and over again, but it's been very recently that they actually came right out and gave us the chosen one prophecy, and it's super short. It was in one of the novels, Master and Apprentice. Which takes place years before the Phantom Menace, Episode 1. And here's the whole prophecy. A chosen one shall come, born of no father, and through him will ultimate balance and the Force be restored. Qui-Gon Jinn was a huge fan of prophecies. So when he showed up on Tatooine and there's this little kid that can use the Force and has no daddy, Qui-Gon shot his load quick. He's like, oh my God, this is the true person to bring balance. And in a lot of ways, he did. So I think that Anakin was the one that brought balance to the Force initially because he killed the Emperor. And when he killed the Emperor, it kind of destroyed the Sith. If you read either the legends or even the new canon, there's still dark side users out there. The dark side will never be gone, just like the light side will never be gone. And even George Lucas said that the balance to the Force was never about eradicating the dark side. It was bringing balance between the two, neither side
Right.
being, controlling. And so I kind of have to think that when Luke redeemed Vader and Vader took the Emperor out, and then of course he succumbed to his own injuries, I kind of think that was the balance to the Force. I've read a couple of things that said that Rey rebalanced the Force when she killed the reborn Emperor. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. Doesn't make her the chosen one. It just means that she kind of finished some more of the work that Vader had already done. But I kind of have to be under the Anakin as the chosen one for myself.
That's pretty interesting. And let me throw this out there. And I'm not disagreeing with you in any way because I think you either have to say Anakin or Luke. But you say the prophecy says of no father or born of no father. Well, you can kind of read in that a little bit too because Luke's father was never there. So is it just because the fact that he was an orphan from his mother and his father, or not even a full orphan, but he didn't know
technically
his
father was dead. Because Anakin Skywalker was dead and Vader was living by the time he was born. So you kind of had that variation there.
And you could read into it again with Rey too, right? Because they never fully said, and maybe I missed if they did, they never fully said that I thought that one of the Emperor's clones was her father, or was she another clone as well, just a female clone?
No, it's you get it in the book from what I understand. Her father was a failed Palpatine clone that had zero Force abilities.
Okay, so was that truly her father, or was she another? Because I thought she was another clone. If that was
she
the case,
was actually born of a
same.
Palpatine clone that had zero Force abilities, and who the wife was, I don't think it ever touched on that at all. But he actually was one that he didn't deteriorate, but because he didn't have the Force energy because they said multiple times that a lot of why Palpatine looked like he did because his Force energy was so evil and strong it was deteriorating his body. And since the clone didn't have those energies, I guess he didn't deteriorate like what the other clones did.
Because I was thinking, if she was a clone, then that would have been another saying. Okay, well, she was not born of a father either. So that you can read into it differently. But for me, it's either got to be Anakin or Luke. I think Luke brought Anakin back, and I kind of have to end up siding with Big Rob on it. I think eventually it's Anakin because he is the one who sired Luke, and Luke brought him back. He's the one who killed the Emperor. He's the one who set things back into place. But yeah, I kind of have to fall under him. But I'm a huge Luke fan over Anakin. I would take Luke over Vader or Anakin either day if I had to pick my top character. But at the same time, I think Anakin probably was. But what was your opinion, Hassel?
Well, we're going to go 3 for 3 on this right here. As detrimental as Luke is to bringing Anakin back to the light side of the Force, it's Anakin all day, and he done it twice. Because okay, he's born of no father. That's even if you take that out of the equation, he brought the first balance to the Force because the Jedi during the sequel of the prequels and the New Republic, they had done took over things completely because the Force was the Sith was shut out. So when the Sith re-arose, like I was talking about, that's what brought balance to the Force, where it was never about eradicating the Sith like or evil. You've got to have light, you've got to have dark. So
Right.
when he turned and him and Palpatine was there, and the Jedi go from here to where they're a minority, then when you got the rule of two versus a handful of Jedi, there's balance. But then over time, of course, it goes back the other way. The skills tilt. Luke, being who Luke is, he never gives up on his father. He never gives up on the Force. He gets his father to turn back to the light side, eradicating the Emperor. Once again, bringing great balance to the Force, because while there's still great evil out there to battle, the handful of Jedi, which is basically just Luke at this point, and what few Force users are left there, there's other Sith users out there, dark users. So there's a balance there once again, keeping it to a minority. So to me, it's got to be Anakin all the way.